Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your boy Dr. Rogers, a multiple scholarship winner, currently research professor in Korea. So this is your first time on my channel, please do consider subscribing. For this is a channel where you're going to get all fresh juicy information about scholarships globally, in Asia, and specifically in Korea, and all basic information you need to know about getting academia positions in Korea industry globally and elsewhere. So I just made a video about the basic information you've got to know or you need to know if you're planning to apply for the Global Korean Scholarship 2022. So there's some basic information which you need to know that will guide you, and if you're planning to apply, this is the moment for you to start preparing. So I'm going to drop the link of that video below. So now in this video, we're talking about the university track system that you will use if you want to apply for the Global Korean Scholarship, because there are two tracks, the university track and the embassy track. I'll make another video for the embassy track. So the university track, I'll tell you generally what it's all about, tips on how you can go about it, and all of that. So if you're coming if you're coming from a country whereby you do not have a Korean embassy, or even if you have a Korean embassy, you've got to check to be sure that within that year the Korean Ministry of Education for Foreign Affairs is offering a quota for you to be awarded a scholarship through the embassy. You need to check, because for example, if you're coming from Cameroon, even though there's a Korean embassy in Cameroon, for the past couple of years now, the scholarship doesn't award quotas for those planning to apply through the university at the embassy. So it's very important you check that information and you get to know, because if your embassy, if the Korean embassy is not receiving applications, you get to go there, you prepare, you waste all your time, prepare your documents, and once you get it, they don't receive your documents, you might not have time. So with the university track information, it's pretty straightforward. You pick a university in Korea which you think you want to study for your graduate study, be it for master's, PhD, or if you're already a doctor where you want to do your postdoctorate for a short period of time, pick that university. If you're interested, you go through the university, check it again. It's very important to check if the university has also been selected for the Global Korean Scholarship, because it is not all universities. Each year, universities in Korea do qualify, so it's not all the universities. So usually when the scholarship is announced, you will go through the list of universities which have been listed upon, and the contact list of all those in charge of the program in their university. But while you're preparing, you can use the brochure for the previous year. For example, 2022, you can use that of 2021. You pick at least two university if you're apply for university track. But finally, you will just use one university. And this is usually my advice for people who are applying. If you know your GPA is not very high, please do not rush applying for universities only in school, or the universities referred to as the Sky universities, because there are some universities which are top universities. They are very, very competitive. Secondly, it's very important you find out from your country how many people are applying through the track university system. And if you know that there are people who have a higher GPA than you applying to certain universities, do not apply to those universities. For example, sorry about the noise. For example, if you're coming from France and all 5 students apply to Korean university, for example, just one student might end up being selected for Korean university, because they want to ensure geographical balance at this university level. So if all of you 5 go apply for the university level and you're applying to one university, you end up wasting 4 spots, whereas there are over 100 universities in Korea, which are pretty good, because the aim of this program is to, the purpose of it is to make sure that Korean universities get exposed to the world. People get to know the high level of education in Korean universities. So it's very important you go for some of these universities whereby some people do not even apply, because when you go there, your chances are higher to be accepted. Whereas if you go applying for the Sky universities, your GPA is low, or your English language proficiency in some of these universities is low. And some universities, again, if you're applying for to study a program which is basically in Korean, make sure you have a basic Korean level. If not, you might miss out from being accepted into this university. There are cases whereby people with very high GPA have applied to university through the university track. Another person goes to a very simple university which is not, highly recognized. The person applies and ends up being selected for the scholarship, but you go ahead and apply for a university whereby everyone is rushing into, and you end up not being selected for it. Mind you, universities also have a quota. University have a number of students the Korean government instructs them to take. So if everybody rushes, for example, just to apply to one of the Sky universities, once they select the number of students they are expected to take, the rest of the students, automatically you will not be selected for it, and you already miss out from the scholarship, and it's really a pain in the A. So please think wisely, select wisely. There are so many good universities. I've made lots of videos about good universities in Korea. The issue is usually the universities are in the websites are in Korean. Again, also check if the program you're applying for is being offered either in English or in Korean. If you know you do not have any Korean basic level, or you do not have TOEIC, which is topic which is not often compulsory, and you're going to apply for a program which is offered just in English, mind you will not be selected for that program because you do not meet the basic criteria. Just that one little information will make you miss out when you've spent so much time preparing. And the time for you to start preparing for the university track is now. Prepare your documents. I'm going to make more videos on how you can write the statement of purpose, your CV, or for those preparing to apply for a postdoctorate, the doctorate students, I'm going to show you how you can write your proposal and all of that. So if you love this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit on the subscription button, and stay connected, for I'll be running this series about Korean Government Scholarship 2022. See you again in my next video. Bye.